Bears feel their lead slipping away.
Yep.
It's 3rd and 9, and Justin Fields uncorks the deep ball. You dial up the deep ball in that moment. Holy crap. That's what makes a team that basically isn't playing for anything.
That's what makes them dangerous.
So dangerous.
Exactly.
They'll do whatever.
Who
Jameis
cares?
Winston
Let's take
time,
a shot. Right.
And yeah, it's just when you – and that just shows you how physically difficult it is to run full speed and do anything other than run full speed. You're running full speed and you're moving your head
looking
backward,
right?
Trying to adjust to the ball while you're still running full speed, and it doesn't take much to throw you off. And
this isn't it here, but this is a great throw here by Justin Fields to DJ Moore, right?
Oh, I mean, Justin Fields, the Bears really do have something to think about.
Right? Didn't I said this last night a little bit. We were talking about it.
Well, and look, here's the problem.
Yeah.
If you draft a quarterback with either the Panthers pick that they gave to you because they went all in to get Bryce Young, and they're going to possibly be the team drafting first, or your own pick if you end up being the team, or whatever you do, however you choose to do it, you take a quarterback with one of those top picks. If it's 1 and 3, 1 and 5, whatever. There's no guarantee the guy's going to be good.
Yeah.
Just look at Bryce Young.
Right.
And now Bryce Young may turn out to be great, but every quarterback entering the draft is unproven, and no one knows if he's going to be able to step up or if he's going to step off. And being the first overall pick is just another one of the factors that adds to the pressure and the stress.
Right.
And is this guy going to be able to deal with that? Is he going to be able to fulfill the potential? And just like the narrative for Bryce Young, they gave up all that stuff to get him to move from 9 to 1. It just adds to the pressure. Well, if the Bears would trade Justin Fields and take a quarterback, everybody in Chicago, hey, we gave up Justin Fields for this guy.
Right.
Go out there and be better than him right now.
Right.
First week.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And I think that teams don't do enough. This is what I love about the sport. There's a lot of real-world, relatable, transferable factors we all deal with in our lives, in our organizations, in our workplaces, in our schools that I just think get ignored.
Right.
They get so caught up in how quickly the guy gets out of his break and all that, the football stuff that is useful.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, I don't think they ever step back and say, wait a minute. Do we really want to put that on Drake May?
Yeah.
Do we want to put that on Caleb Williams?
Right.
To come in here and be the guy to replace a guy who was looking pretty damn good down the stretch. So I think they just need to ride it out and see where this season goes. But there's something to be said for holding on to a lottery ticket that is a winner instead of saying, here you go, give me
I hope I
one.
win more.
I hope I get a better ticket this time, but there's a chance I'm going to get a worse one.
That to me, and listen, I said Trenton Scott. I meant Tyler Scott. That was 13 who we were talking about, so I misspoke there and the name there. But either way, with Justin Fields, I agree with a lot of what you said. Right, there seems to be a thought throughout the NFL that really Justin Fields and his time in Chicago is done. Okay, you heard me in the offseason. I was told by some people that I really trust in the NFL that they felt like if Bryce Young was taller, that they would have drafted him and traded Justin Fields. So that's out there. And that's not just out there from nowhere. There's obviously been some discussions in Chicago about the future. I'm not in the building with Justin Fields. I don't know what he's like on a day-to-day basis in the meeting room as a leader or whatever. But what I do see on the field fits to your point. A guy that's continuing to go on an upward trajectory, right? He's still the best running quarterback in football. Showed that again yesterday with running for over 100 yards, scrambles and quarterback design runs. And then the passing, it's not exactly where you want it yet, but it has gotten better. And it's getting better to the point where you're going, man, every time he's out in the field, he's making a few wow or splash throws to help them win a football game or make the game competitive. So it's intriguing that way. And that's where I think the whole thing is going to be interesting here because like you're talking about, it's still a guy with some big-time talent. It's not perfect. I get it. But you don't just, throw that away for nothing or take a shot in the dark. You got to be pretty confident that the guy you're going to draft to replace him better be special because, like you said, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the situation. I'll be interested to see. There's still 7 games left here, so we'll see how it goes.
And this is year 3.
Yeah.
They have to decide by May whether to pick up the 5th-year option. They could sign to a long-term deal. They could maybe try to do a reasonable deal, buy some time, give him a couple years. But the problem is, and I'm not saying it's bad. This is just the way it is. Look at Daniel Jones. He gets his contract. I want 1 year. Get rid of him. Like, it's so roller coaster-ish.
Definitely.
It's so high, low, up, down, and when you're down, they want you out.
I think the whole thing with the Bears is going to be interesting altogether. All of them. I would hope they don't fire the current crew that's there. But again, I think that's teetering too,
right,
with the way they've looked, and I think some decisions that were made early on in the football season. But I also want to go, wait, the group they got there, Matt Eberflus, and we know they didn't spend money last year deliberately. This is the first year they put money into free agency and trying to flip over the team. So I don't think any of us expected big-time results there in Chicago. I certainly didn't. So I'd be shocked if they fired the regime there. But yeah, they got a few things that certainly the organization's gonna have to think about.
There's enough that's gone wrong.
Yeah.
That if they want to do it, they can.
Nobody's
gonna
be like, oh, wow, that's crazy.
Chase Claypool.
Right.
That's Exhibit A.
Sure.
The lack of wins.
Yeah.
Just you can start ticking them off.
Some of the stuff that happened this year. Right.
Yeah. The weird things with Alan Williams and whatever that was.
Right.
Kevin Warren was hired to basically run the team one step below ownership since the hiring of Ryan Poles as GM and Matt Eberflus as head coach. And it's like any other time. There's a new owner. There's a new high-level person. They are going to want people beneath them that they're more comfortable with, that they know, that they've hired, that they've vetted, that they've worked with. Those are the real factors that come into play here. So the Bears need to get some wins, and they're in primetime next Monday night. They go to Minnesota and throw a wrench in Minnesota's push to the playoffs.
That'd be dangerous.
That's a feather in their cap.
Yeah.
In Chicago. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.